begins with a great Thursday night matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. Here's the punter, Rigoberto Sanchez, on to get us started. And off we go from Seattle. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year back in week 2. And it was the visiting Seahawks who were victorious in that one. So they now look for the sweep here back home in Seattle. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now it's Jackson. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. The Seahawks at 9-4 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one. That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
On 2nd down, Williams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Jackson to throw. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the 49ers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. On 2nd and 7, Lawrence. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, Lawrence. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on third. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
There's a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for the team's first sack of the game.
The offense so far this drive, getting seconds to stand together. But the defense responded on that play. Second and management became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone was one play from stalling out.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. Play action. It's Lawrence. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're... Carroll, none too pleased with that last call. He's going to throw out the challenge flag. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. And he'll find Pittman. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up, because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10. On the move to his left. His throw caught at about the 5. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off, because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle. But collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This is where we need to dig in. And they got a nice stop right there for a loss on 1st and goal.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play, because that was close. You absolutely want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
Flush to his right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Up and good for Santoso. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Isabella not going to risk a return here. They'll start at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
And now movement again, and they'll march even further backward. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Here's Jackson. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover, but I love their fight, planted their feet, and forced the incompletion on first down.
On second down, a run with Herbert. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Going right side here, and that's complete. That'll give him 8 that time, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
A handoff for Herbert, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when you can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
The Niners on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now Lawrence to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Seahawks are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Throwing is Jackson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Taking on the midfield logo. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
Well, at least it wasn't a turnover like the last drive. You'd think they'd make an adjustment and be ready to make up for that turnover. Instead, just another big play for the defense on that snap.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And they work this out past the 25. 23 yards on the play.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
Nate Hobbs there to bring him down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Wide open receiver, complete. On the move past the 40. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Touchdown, Seahawks. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're riding a two-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
Here we go!
They go play action now. Lawrence looking deep downfield. And this one is incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's a give to Herbert. And he'll take this one down near the 15. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they head to the sideline to talk over what to do next. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Throwing right, and that's complete. Yeah, boy, he had the marker square in his sights, but a good tackle's going to leave him about a yard or so short. 4th down, here's Lawrence. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that 4th down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
Here's Lawrence to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a 2nd half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
It's his 8th rushing touchdown on the campaign and 10th overall.
And the Niners will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point up and good from Santoso.
And the lead is now 10-7.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown.
And this will be a touchback, no return from Isabella. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Play action. It's Jackson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Martin, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. This time they stay on the ground. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Seahawks' 32-yard line. It's a gain of 34. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, yeah. Backside guys,
man,
that's what you're supposed to do.
Had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Herbert. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Herbert once more. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Well, spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't it?
To credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now this is 3rd and goal. Herbert. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That'll back him up yards and also bring up fourth.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And Ryan Santoso on now to try the field goal.
From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Up and good for Santoso. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone. You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Jackson. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down. Now Pirine. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off.
So a definite surprise there. They try the fake punt, but this time it's going to blow up in their face, CD.
Yeah, it certainly has. And look, I understand what they're trying to do. They're trailing right now, probably trying to generate some momentum. But that felt like one of those go-for-broke type of a plays in a situation where I don't know that they needed to do that. They still have opportunities, and in this case, they took a chance, and it backfired.
Airing this one out for Evans. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Wow. Extra point up and good from Santoso.
And the lead now stands at 13.
Isabella not going to risk a return here, and they'll start at the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw there complete to Allen. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Jackson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it was hard for anyone to react.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
They go play action with Jackson. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the 49ers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here and maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got to...
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley, and the Seahawks are right back in this football game. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25. It's a big play there for Seattle. 41 yards.
You'd think defenses might be a little more prepared for plays like this because so many offensive coordinators, when they get the ball after a turnover, they do like to dial up a deep ball right away. And if I were a defensive coordinator in this league, that's exactly what I would say to my defense before they went out to play. In this case, though, they didn't get the message, and a big play resulted.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Brian Burns, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
After the sack on first down, Jackson. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 13-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Niners will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Well, time, I mean, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly. And what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Here's Herbert. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Khalil Herbert. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Niners are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point up and good from Santoso. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Out of his end zone comes Andy Isabella. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Here's Jackson to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Matt Ioannidis bullying his way in and sticking him to the turf.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
No, we changed it. We changed it.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Right side, and that's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver. And as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson.
Give him another one right back to Allen. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Over the middle, complete. That's Williams. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Play action. Now Jackson rolling to his right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Brandon, I think he's just grateful to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid not just losing yardage, but a big hit on that play as well. That defense closed on him quick and forced a quick surrender out of bounds.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Open man is Jacoby Myers. He's got it. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
2nd and goal from the 1. One last shot for Jackson. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. So the victory here for San Francisco, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that